Third, proceed with caution. These 3 simple steps can be the difference between life and death.
What if it's you that's on the side of the road? Do you want everybody to move over for you?
Do the right thing. Slow down, move over, and drive like your life and their life depends on it.
Your information station, WTIM.
Welcome into the WTIM information station. My name is Tim Zalabak. Time now for the WTIM morning show. Thank you so much to our live stream sponsors, People's Bank and Trust and Landmark of Taylorville, streaming live on YouTube and Facebook TV. Now I got Alicia Callison on the line with me today. She is Director of Program Services over at Rock Springs Nature Center. How are you doing today, Alicia?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much for taking the time being here with us today because, gosh, there are always things going on over there at Rock Spring Nature Center, and you guys got events coming down the way here, even this week. So what's going to happen this weekend?
Yeah, well, we always have stuff going on, like you said. So coming up this weekend, we've got a few different things that you can choose from. One thing that we've got going on Saturday, we will have some canoe rentals happening. So if you like to canoe, or if you maybe have never canoed before and you want to give it a try, this is a good opportunity for that. So you can just come out to Rock Springs Nature Center on Saturday between 10 and 2 o'clock, and we will have some canoes available for rental at the pond here near our parking lot.
That
so
sounds
$10 per canoe.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, that was my next question. $10 per canoe. So that's $10 for a canoe, and you can bring one and another person on with you?
Yep, absolutely. You
Wow.
can bring. You can actually put, I think, 3 people in the canoe. So.
Wow, I did not expect that. Wow.
Yeah, it's a good opportunity for beginners or people who want to get their kids out on the water for the first time. People who are advanced canoers are welcome to come too, but it's probably more better suited for beginners.
Sure. Yeah, that sounds like it's going to be a really fun opportunity. So some canoes are going to be out there. It's going to be $10 to rent it out, and there's a little pond on the grounds over there that you're going to be utilizing.
Yes. Yep. We have several ponds, but the one that we'll be using is the one that's very near our parking lot.
Okay, perfect. So that's happening this Saturday, and what time is that going till?
10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Beautiful. Okay, very fun. So canoeing over there at the Rock Spring Nature Center this Saturday, only $10 fee, and you and 3 other people, maybe 2 other people can go on that, and that'll be really fun for people of all ages. I really think that could be a fun time. And another weekend program you got coming down the way here is yoga. Tell me about that.
Yes, so this is something that we really like to offer here at Rock Springs, and our yoga programs have a pretty loyal following of people that like to come to all of them. So we have a local yoga instructor. Her name is Michelle Hutes, and she's wonderful. And she will be out here on Sunday evening at Rock Springs at 7 o'clock, and she's doing a sunset yoga. So you can come out to our pine forest. If you've never been to the pine forest at Rock Springs, it's a special place. It's very quiet and calm and peaceful. So it's a perfect setting for yoga. And she will be leading a roughly 1-hour yoga program out in the pine forest, and it's totally free.
That sounds wow. Even a free program. I was going to ask you, does Rock Springs Nature Center have a nice place of quiet? I'm sure it's all quiet, but does it make a nice environment for yoga? And it sounds like it does.
It does, yeah. I mean, I think you could make an argument that you could have a great environment for yoga pretty much anywhere out here, but the pine forest is definitely, I think, the best place for it.
Very cool. All right, so that's a free event happening what day?
That is this Sunday at 7 o'clock.
Beautiful. All right, so it'll be yoga, and that's 7 p.m., right? It's happening at night?
Yes, 7
right.
p.m.
Cool. Make sure to bring out some bug spray maybe if you're hanging out there late at night. But hey, it's still going to be relaxing yoga there. That'll be really awesome there. Okay, so that's what the weekend looks like coming up here over at Rock Spring Nature Center. And you also mentioned earlier off air that there's a Homestead Prairie Farm. They do tours over there. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so this is one of those things that we do regularly out here that I think a lot of people don't realize we do. So here at Rock Springs, we have what we call Homestead Prairie Farm, and it is a little farmstead that features a log cabin house that was built in roughly 1847. It is unique because the house has never been lifted off of its foundation and moved. It sits exactly where it was built. The original home was just a 1-room log cabin. They did add to it over the years, but again, it's never been moved. And we acquired the home in the 70s and then have converted it back into kind of like a museum. So throughout the summer, the home is open from 1 to 4 p.m. on Saturdays and Sundays. So, if you've got looking for something to do on a weekend, it's open through October. So you've got something you can do. You can come out to Rock Springs and take a tour of that homestead. We also have a really nice garden that's there next to the homestead that's kept up by volunteers from the U of I Extension office. And they grow all sorts of heirloom varieties of vegetables. And they donate all of that produce to local food pantries. And it's just a neat little area that kind of takes you back in time and lets you experience life like people lived a couple of hundred years ago. It's just very unique and I think it's a very cool place that not a lot of people know about.
Very unique, absolutely. And you mentioned this farmhouse hasn't even moved positions, and you also mentioned you turned it into some sort of museum. What's inside the museum?
Yeah, so you can basically you can come and you can we'll have a costumed interpreter, so they're dressed up like they're from the 1800s, and they take you on a tour through the house. And all of the stuff in the house is either a replica from the time period or an antique from the time period. So the entire house looks like it's straight out of the 1860s.
Wow.
So some of my favorite things that you can look at in there are the cast iron stove in the kitchen. It's just beautiful. I mean, they don't make things like that anymore. And they're, it's just fully decked out with stuff from the 1860s, every single thing in the house.
Sure. And the tour givers are in character?
Yeah, well, they're not in character, but they're in costume.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so they do dress up, but they don't pretend like they're from that time period.
Okay. That was my imagination running wild a bit there. But they got on the cool big 1800 dresses or suits and dressed very formally, I'm sure.
Yep, absolutely. The dress it's mostly, I think most of the people that are there on the weekends are women, and so they do have those big, beautiful dresses and all the underskirts and everything. I mean, it's fun.
Wow. Yeah, that sounds like it could be a really fun time. You says that's happening every week. You can do that whenever? Yes,
so that's every weekend from June through October, Saturday and Sunday, 1 through 4.
Wow. Okay, perfect. 1 through 4, June through October. That's happening, and it probably gets really nice in the fall over there at Rock Spring Nature Center. I'm sure the colors change beautifully, and you get more people. I'm sure you get tons of people in the summer, and even more people in the fall, maybe.
Yeah, so we do. We definitely get people that come out that are looking for the fall color changes, and enjoying that last bit of nice weather and pretty scenery before it gets really cold.
Yeah, I'm sure. And we were the weather has kind of cooperated for us this summer. I don't know about, is it Decatur Rock Spring Nature Center?
Yes.
Awesome. Yeah. So how has weather been this year for you guys? Has it upended any of your events and maybe some of the concerts or anything like that?
We've been lucky when it comes to weather. I mean, we've had some really hot days, which has affected our summer camps a little bit. They've had to spend some time inside. But past that, no, we haven't had to cancel any summer concerts, which is wonderful. We're excited about that. And yeah, we've been pretty lucky. We had a astronomy jamboree just this past Saturday, and it was one of the first outdoor astronomy programs that we've had in a long time where the weather actually cooperated and we got to see some stuff. So we were very happy about that.
That is so awesome. I totally forgot we talked about that last time, is with telescopes looking up to the sky, because you guys got a pretty good view over that. How was that event? Didn't even ask.
It was wonderful, and it was the same night as the peak of the Perseid meteor shower, so we did get to see a handful of really beautiful shooting stars, and we got to see some cool stuff through the telescopes, and it was just a really great night.
How cool is that? I'm sure the kids and adults just had a great time. And you mentioned that people were allowed to bring out their own telescopes. Did people do that, or were they using your materials over there?
We did. Yeah, we did have a couple of people that brought out some telescopes, and we had one gentleman who comes out sometimes, and he brought this really cool giant telescope, and he is just a wealth of knowledge. So he was, telling everybody about all the cool stuff that we were seeing in the night sky. So it was really great. It's
always nice to have someone like that there that can tell you what you're looking at. They're just an expert on it. Super cool. That's really awesome. Alicia, we're going to take our first short little break here. Thank you so much for sitting down with us for this long. And we're going to take a short little break here on the WTIM Morning Show. Don't go anywhere. We're talking to Alicia Callison, Director of Program Services over there at Rock Spring Nature Center. You're not going to want to miss any of the events. They all sound so fun. Don't go anywhere. You are listening to the WTIM Morning Show.
Your information station, WTIM.
Check the markets now on the RFD Radio Network. I'm Jim Taylor. Corn, beans, and wheat all still in the red on this Tuesday. September corn down 471 and 3/4. December corn 483 and a half down 4 1/4. March corn 497 down 4 1/2. September beans 1340 and 3/4 down 12 1/4. November beans down 3 1/4, 1322 and 3/4. January beans 1331 and 3/4 down 3. September wheat 604 1/4 down 11 3/4. December wheat 629 3/4 down 11 3/4. Looking at the livestock market at this hour, August feeders 245.35 down 87 cents. August live cattle 179.25 down half a dollar. October lean hogs 79.57 up 42 cents. Energy market, September crude oil down $1.76, 80.75. I'm Jim Taylor.
The WTIM Swap Shop has gone virtual. Now you can list your items to buy, sell, trade, or give away absolutely free by posting them online. Just click on the Swap Shop icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com. Then click Create Account to create your free account. Complete the fields and hit Submit. Once your items are approved by station staff, they'll automatically show up on the Swap Shop page on TaylorvilleDailyNews.com. Yes, the WTIM Swap Shop is now online and still free. Check it out today.
This is Will Perkins with Taylorville Community Credit Union. Are you looking for a great CD rate? If you are, TCCU has just what you are looking for. We are currently offering a 7-month share certificate special with an annual percentage yield of 4.35% and a minimum deposit of $1,000. This great rate is for a limited time. For more information, please contact us at any of our convenient locations or online at tccu.org. Dividends will be compounded monthly. A penalty for early withdrawal may be imposed. Fees could reduce earnings on the account. Member NCUA.
WTIM listeners from Witt to Shelbyville and Awanaco to Ramsey can now hear your information station even clearer at a new place on the FM dial. WTIM now has an additional dial position at 107.9, transmitting at some 280 feet from a tower on the south edge of Pana. Hear the latest local news and agriculture information, swap shop, and more in southern Christian, northern Fayette, and eastern Montgomery counties from WTIM. Even better now at 107.9 FM. Set a button on your radio for WTIM in the Pana area now at 107.9 FM.
Hi, this is Andrea Bach from the Christian County YMCA, where it's all about youth development, healthy living, and social responsibility. Find out about our great programs and activities at your local YMCA by clicking our icon on the obituary page of TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Summer means it's time to be active. Taylorville Care Center can help you be active this summer with their great therapy program that includes medical care and private rooms. Find out more by clicking their icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Your information station, WTIM.
Welcome back to the WTIM information station. My name is Tim Zalabak. Time now to continue the WTIM morning show. Thank you so much to our live stream sponsors, People's Bank and Trust and Landmark of Taylorville. I got Alicia Callison on the line with me still. She's the director of the program services for the Rock Spring Nature Center. They got some weekend events coming up this weekend. Canoe rental, only $10. That's happening on Saturday. And yoga at 7 p.m. Is that also on Saturday, Alicia, or is that Sunday?
That's Sunday.
Sunday is yoga. Great. All right. We had to make sure to get all those right because we're going to talk about some more upcoming events here. And we talked about it a little bit last time, but now we're getting even closer to it. It's the Hummingbird Festival. Gosh, it just sounds magical. Tell me about it.
Yes. So this is an annual event that we do in partnership with the Decatur Audubon Society. And this is a fun event for those hummingbird lovers out there. So basically what happens is we have a gentleman, his name is Vernon Clean, and he is with the Lincoln Land Association of Bird Banders. And he travels all throughout the state of Illinois doing these hummingbird festivals every summer. So he comes out here to Rock Springs Nature Center, and basically what he does is he captures hummingbirds. He puts a tiny little metal bracelet on their ankle, and then he kind of educates people about hummingbirds, why they're unique and why they're doing what they're doing with these bands, and then he releases them. And one of the fun things that they do is that sometimes they will let members of the audience help release those birds. So that's something that you can sign up to do if you're interested when you get there. And I believe there'll also be some crafts and activities that Decatur Audubon is going to provide. And I think the U of I Extension office is also going to be present with some activities. So it should be a good evening.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure everyone is going to want to release a hummingbird, but I think we mentioned last time that those are first come, first serve for signups there. Is that right?
That's right. Yeah, and we do have people that'll get there, super early so they can get their name on that list, because that is definitely there's people that come just for that. They want to try and release a hummingbird, and it's not guaranteed because we might not catch any. It's
Right.
totally up to the birds. And some years we catch one, and some years we catch 20, and you just really never know.
Wow. So do you guys put out like some sort of hummingbird feeder, or is there a place that they're usually hanging around at that you'll go to catch them?
Yeah, so we have on the west side of our building, we hang, I think it's 8 hummingbird feeders that we have up all year round or all summer long. I'm sorry. It's early. I'm sleepy. But the birds get used to coming to this part of the nature center throughout the summer. They get comfortable. And then when Vernon comes, he puts up these netted traps basically over a feeder. And so the birds will come in, land on the feeder, and then he's got a little remote controlled button that'll close the door and trap that bird in there. So yes, so we do feed them year round and get them comfortable coming to that area.
Yeah, absolutely. I wondered about that because I'm sure if I was a hummingbird, I'd be going to tell my hummingbird friends to not go to that area. You're going to get trapped.
Right.
But
Right.
no, you guys got a place where you gain their trust, and there's a place for them to feed all year. And then there's this interesting technological, box that closes up on it. That sounds really cool. And yeah, no harm done, I'm sure. And then the banding process. Can you explain why they do that?
So they do that so that they can kind of keep track of the hummingbird populations in the area. If they recapture a bird, so if they capture a bird that they have banded in previous years, they can look at this unique number on that band and see, okay, here's the year that we caught this bird, here's the location that we caught this bird. So it tells us a little bit about where those birds are returning to after their migrations, because they do tend to come back to the same places every year. And then it also just kind of tells you about the health of the population as you monitor these unique bands over the years.
Sure. Just really valuable knowledge to know there. And it's just hard to, capture that data without doing things like this. So that is really, really cool. That's the Hummingbird Festival happening one more time when?
That is Thursday, August 24th from 3 to 6 p.m. at Rock Springs Nature Center.
Beautiful. All right. We got one more little event to talk about here as we're nearing the end. You got Monarch Madness. That is another one that sounds real fun. What's that one going to be like?
Yeah, so this is another annual event. This one is put on by the U of I Extension Office, and they do it out here at Rock Springs Nature Center. So this is kind of we do it in conjunction with them. And this is an event that will be happening in September. And it's fun. It's very similar to the Hummingbird Festival in that we will be capturing and tagging animals. So they will be out there catching monarch butterflies and tagging them. They put like little stickers on their wings, and then they can use them in the same way that we use the bands on the hummingbirds. And then there'll be arts and crafts. They're going to have butterfly yoga. They're going to have a monarch obstacle course. And I think Mimi's Frosty ice cream truck is going to be out here. So it should be a good time.
Yeah, it sounds like it's going to be an absolutely great day. And there's another identification process there for monarchs. Where does that one go on them?
So that goes on the underside of their wing. And it's just like a little sticker that sticks on there. And then if they get recaptured somewhere else, then again, they can kind of track that butterfly. Wow,
that is super cool. Alicia, we are just about a minute left here. Where can people go for information on all these events so they don't miss any of them?
Yeah, to learn more about these events or to put them on your calendar, go to maconcountyconservation.org. You can also check out our Facebook page. That's Macon County Conservation District. Or our Instagram. We're also Macon County Conservation District on Instagram.
Beautiful. Alicia, thank you so much for sitting down with us today. And we got to learn about all these cool events coming to Rock Spring Nature Center.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. That's Alicia Callison. She's the Director of Program Services over at Rock Spring Nature Center. It was a great conversation today. That's going to be the end of it. You've been listening to the WTIM Morning Show. Thank you all for listening.
Your information station, WTIM.
The Big 870 WTIM Assumption Taylorville, 96.1 W241 CF Taylorville, 107.5 W298 CD Shelbyville, 107.9 W300 EH Payne and Nokomis.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. Today marks 2 years since 13 American service members